Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Roy. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down now, Roy, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And it's caught by Parker. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times a game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
What now? 180. Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. 4 down.
They'll run on first down. Bullard, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Crunch time, defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Here comes the ball. I see, boy. I see.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Down. 45, check. 180.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Two times. 40.
On second down, Bullard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Third and 3.
Monday, down. Blue 80. 45. Push him back.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Carr gonna throw. His pass caught at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. And he's got his man on the out route. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down now. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw, it's Allen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Throwing now is Allen. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From a yard out. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Touchdown, Atlanta. The kicker on for the
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 14-10. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Toe Super toe.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on second down. Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
Foot down. 180. We're good. 180.
From the gun, it's Carr. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 24, Allen. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Safety screaming. 50. 5 wide. Watch the slide.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call, and they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. This time they stay on the ground. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
56, 56. Hey, let's go.
A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 31, Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On third and long, it's Carr. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, baby. Falcons take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Allen. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Allen going deep here for Parker. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Parker unable to get that one.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bullard fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing his car on third down. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Bullard, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
To throw his Carr. Thomas has got it complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Carr to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. So after the INT, it's Allen. And he finds Parker here, complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Bullard. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys have now moved out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
56.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he's got this down to the 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Bullard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Carr. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And taken right at the 35. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. A 4th quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. The drive starts with a completion left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll keep it on the ground. Roy, and an alley to run. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Go!
Now Allen. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's taken it all the way back for a return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. He'll look to throw, and this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the 4th. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen, he's going to air one out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll look to throw, and he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
A gain of 3, second down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Falcons, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.